In this lecture, we are going to learn about ngAfterViewChecked Lifecycle hook. The ngAfterViewChecked Lifecycle hook, it gets called after ngAfterViewInit Lifecycle hook. And Angular fires this ngAfterViewChecked Lifecycle hook after it checks and updates the components view template and all its child components view template. So in that way, it is very similar to ngAfterViewInit Lifecycle hook. The only difference here is that this ngAfterViewChecked Lifecycle hook, it gets called during the first change detection cycle after the ngAfterViewInit hook has been executed, and after that it also gets called during every change detection cycle. This ngAfterViewChecked hook, this also gets called whenever the view of the component or its child component changes. Also, Angular also updates the properties decorated with @viewChild and @viewChildren decorator before raising this hook. And keep in mind that this ngAfterViewChecked hook, it is a component only hook. It is not available for directives. So let's try to understand ngAfterViewChecked hook with an example. So here I am in the demo component class. There we already have some hooks. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to comment some of the console.log statements from these hooks. Okay, so here we have ngAfterViewInit hook. In there, I will comment this console.log statement. And now let's also go ahead and let's implement ngAfterViewChecked hook. And this hook, it is provided by AfterViewChecked interface. So let me also go ahead and let me implement that interface. And in order to use this ngAfterViewChecked hook, we need to import it from angular/co. All right. Now inside this ngAfterViewChecked hook, let's go ahead and let's add one console.log statement. And there, let's say ngAfterViewChecked hook called. Okay. Now from other hooks, I have commented the console.log statements. So now in the console, we should only see these two console.log statements. Okay. And let's do one more thing. In the app component class also, we have added some console.log statements. So there we have this ngAfterViewInit lifecycle hook. And in there we have this console.log statement. So I will comment this console.log statement as well. Okay. Now in the demo component, currently we are logging statements from ngAfterViewInit and ngAfterViewCheck. So let's go to the web page. In there, let's open developer console. And there you will see ngAfterViewInit hook is called. And after that, ngAfterViewChecked hook is called. So this ngAfterViewChecked hook, this gets called after ngAfterViewInit hook. Now, this ngAfterViewInit hook gets called only once during the first change detection cycle when the component's view template has been initialized for the first time. After that, if the view changes, this ngAfterViewInit hook will not get called, but this ngAfterViewChecked hook will be called. Let's actually see that with an example. So currently, if I go to demo component.html file, there we have this paragraph element. Okay. And inside this paragraph element, we are using this message property of demo component. So whenever the value of this message property changes, the content of this paragraph element will change. And when the content of this paragraph element will change, that means the view has changed, right? So when the view will change, this ngAfterViewChecked hook will be called. Let's actually see that. So when I type something inside this text box, let's say hello, and when I click on this submit button, the view has changed because this paragraph here, it has changed. So when the view has changed, you will notice that this ngAfterViewChecked hook has been called, but ngAfterViewInit hook, that has not been called. Okay, so whenever the view of the component or its child component will change, this ngAfterViewChecked hook will be called. Now you might ask why this ngAfterViewChecked hook has been called here twice. That's because, as we learned earlier, this ngAfterViewChecked hook will also get called for each change detection cycle, even if the view has not changed. For example, on this text box, we have added a focus event. So let me go back to VS Code. In there, let's go to appcomponent.html, and there you will notice that on that input element, we are binding this focus event. Now, when this focus event happens, we are not doing anything. But still, when this focus event will happen, it is going to run a change detection cycle. And for that change detection cycle, this ngAfterViewChecked hook will be called. because as we learned, it will be called for every change detection cycle, even if the view of the component or its child components have not changed. So when I click inside this text box, the focus event will happen and you will notice that it has called this ngAfterViewChecked hook again. Because when I clicked inside this text box, the change detection cycle run. And when that change detection cycle has run, it has called this ngAfterViewChecked hook. So remember that the ngAfterViewChecked hook, it will be called for the first change detection cycle when the component is created for the first time and its view has been rendered. This will also get called every time the view of the component or its child component changes. And this ngAfterViewChecked hook also gets called for each change detection cycle, even if the view is not changing. And inside this ngAfterViewChecked hook, you will have access to the updated value of properties decorated with @viewChildDecorator. So inside this demo component class, we have a property called tempera decorated with @viewChildDecorator. So whenever the value of this tempera will change, that updated value, it will be available inside this ngAfterViewChecked hook. Let me actually show you that. So let's write console.log statement, and there let's say this dot tempera dot native element dot, let's say, text content. With this, let's save the changes. Let's go to the web page. So first of all, when I will click inside this text box, the focus event will happen and it will call ngAfterViewChecked Lifecycle hook. And in there, it is also logging the inner text. So the inner text currently for that paragraph is message. If I type hello here, and when we click on the submit button, again, this ngAfterViewChecked hook has been called. And in there, you will see the text content of the updated paragraph element has been logged. If I say hi, and if I click on the submit button, again this ngAfterViewChecked hook has been called, and there the inner text of the new paragraph element has been logged. So every time the paragraph element changes, that changed paragraph element will be assigned to this tempera property. Okay, so that updated property decorated with viewChildDecorator is available inside this ngAfterViewChecked hook. And on that, we are trying to access its native element and the text content from that native element. One more thing I want to show you here is that before this ngAfterViewChecked hook will be called, all other lifecycle hooks of the child component will be called. So for example, this demo component is the child component of this app component. In this app component, when we were using this ngAfterViewInit hook, we saw that this ngAfterViewInit hook, it only gets called after all the lifecycle hooks of its child component has been executed. In this case, for this app component, this demo component is its child component. So after all the lifecycle hooks of this demo component is executed, after that only the ngAfterViewInit lifecycle hook of this app component will be called. And the same thing will happen for ngAfterViewChecked. So let me go ahead and let me copy this lifecycle hook. And here, instead of calling it ngAfterViewInit, we want to call it ngAfterViewChecked. Okay, and here we want to log ngAfterViewChecked hook. Let's save the changes. Let's go to the web page. And you will notice that the constructor of the app component has been called. After that, it has started calling the hooks of the child component. So this demo component is the child component of this app component. So it is calling the ngAfterViewInit hook of demo component, the child component, ngAfterViewChecked hook of child component. Now we are not able to see other hooks here because we have commented the console.log statement in there. So let me actually go ahead and let me remove those console.log statements. Now let's go to the web page. And now you will see that first of all, the constructor of app component has been called. After that, the constructor of child component, which in this case is demo component, that has been called. And then each lifecycle hook of the child component is being executed. As you can see, first ng on changes, then ng on init, then ng do check, ng after content init, ng after content checked, ng after view init, ng after view checked hook. So all these lifecycle hooks of this child component has been executed. After that only the ng after view init hook of app component and ngAfterViewChecked hook of app component has been called. So keep in mind that before this ngAfterViewInit hook or ngAfterViewChecked hook of a component is called, before that all the lifecycle hooks of its child components will be executed. Only after all the lifecycle hooks of the child components have been executed, then only the components ngAfterViewInit lifecycle hook and ngAfterViewChecked lifecycle hook will be called. So I hope this ngAfterViewChecked lifecycle hook is clear. Now, some of you might ask that this ngDoCheck lifecycle hook, this ngAfterContentChecked lifecycle hook, and this ngAfterViewChecked lifecycle hook, all these three lifecycle hook runs for each change detection cycle. Then what is the difference between these three lifecycle hooks? Well, keep in mind that this ngDoCheck lifecycle hook, it will be called for each and every change detection cycle. This ngDoCheck lifecycle hook, it will detect the change on any element, content, or view. On the other hand, this ngAfterContentChecked lifecycle hook, this gets called for each change detection cycle after the projected content has been initialized. Those change detection cycles which has occurred before the projected content has been initialized, for that this ngAfterContentChecked lifecycle hook will not get called. Also keep in mind that only after this ngAfterContentChecked hook has been called, after that only the updated projected content will be available. So if you want to compare the current projected content with the previous projected content, you cannot do it inside this ngDoCheck lifecycle hook. You can only do it inside this ngAfterContentChecked lifecycle hook. In the same way, this ngAfterViewChecked lifecycle hook, it gets called only for those change detection cycles which has occurred after the view template of the component or its child components have been initialized. Any change detection cycle which has occurred before the component's view template or its child component's view template has been initialized, for those change detection cycles, this ngAfterViewChecked will not get called. Again, if you want to compare the previous view of the component with the current view, you can only do it inside this ngAfterViewChecked lifecycle hook. You cannot do it inside ngDoCheck, because by the time this ngDoCheck lifecycle hook gets called, by that time the view of the component has not been initialized yet. So that comparison cannot be done inside ngDoCheck. In the same way, by the time this ngDoCheck hook gets called, by that time the projected content has not been initialized. So the comparison of the current projected content with the previous projected content cannot be done inside this ngDoCheck lifecycle hook. I hope the difference is clear now. So this is all from this lecture. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.